I feel like they're already really good friends, so I feel like this shouldn't have a lot of conflict. But we'll see. How's Lucky doing? She's doing fine. She's chilling. Oh fuck! I forgot to turn the music off! Ah! Shh. I keep forgetting that that's not like actually the making music. This is a song. This is a choice. Like, this is very much a song choice. Natsuki! Well, Natsuki is messing with the orientation of her manga in the closet shelf. Sayori approaches from behind and pulls her into an embrace. What? Hi! Hi. The literature club has been in full swing since Natsuki joined. Including her, the club is now comprised of 4 members, Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and Monika. Each club member had received a day in the spotlight to share all of their favorite kinds of literature with each other. Natsuki was first and shared her passion for manga. Then Sayori shared her love for poetry, as well as how she goes about writing it herself. Monika, who has multiple literary interests, decided to focus her day on short stories. And finally, Yuri managed to demonstrate her obsession with fantasy with little help and encouragement from Sayori. After the week was spent on their presentations, Monika decided to give the club members this next week to freely explore each other's literary interests. Monika just has a million of... They should have just given her, like, nonfiction. If they gave Yuri fiction, they should have just given Monika nonfiction, which would have really fit in with her character because she's so obsessed with the real world. Sayori, having spent most of her time in the club so far, Yuri's fantasy books is rather excited to begin her journey in Natsuki's manga collection. I want to read with you today. Tell me which one I should pick. Well, it depends on what kind of stuff you like. I mean, there's romance, drama, comedy, mystery. I like all of those things. Sayori reaches in and pulls a random book from the shelf and inspects the cover. Shouldn't this girl be wearing more clothes? You wouldn't like that one! In a panic, Natsuki snatches the book from Sayori's hand and replaces it on the shelf. In a less conspicuous location, she brought her porn. Okay, well, if you really have no preference, then let's just start with something that's easy to get into. A lot of these don't start to get really good until a few volumes in, and I wouldn't ask someone to make that kind of commitment unless they're already really into manga. I could handle it. I did it with Yuri's book, at least. Well, I'm more considerate than that. Although I'm kind of impressed by your attention span if you put that much effort into our books. No, I have the attention span of a donut. At least Sayori's honest. But I love my friends, and I can do anything if it's for them. Well, okay then. Let's pick you something that even donuts can read. I didn't say I was a donut. I said I had the attention span of one. Oh, you're just trying to call me sweet. You're so cute. No, how did you get that conclusion? And don't call me that. A donut? Cute. Oh, how come? I just don't like it. I don't need a reason. Natsuki yanks the book from the shelf and closes the doors. Someone asks you to stop, and you just need to stop. People need to realize that. I'm sorry, I really didn't mean to hurt you. Nah, sorry, it wasn't you. Natsuki shakes her head while putting the second chair over to her desk. I was talking about something else. I didn't mean to get angry all of a sudden. Natsuki averts her gaze and mumbles. You're like a nice person, so I wasn't talking about you. I still learned a valuable lesson. Sayori speaks softly as well, feeling shy after receiving the unexpected compliment. Well, anyway, here's the book, so just start it whenever you feel like it. What's it about? Well, it's like a comedy, and there's romance too, obviously. Sayori looks at the title. It's called Love is Another Word for Luck. It's about a girl who keeps accidentally running into the same guys, and then you find out, like, well, you should just read it. But you have to tell me what you think. I can already guess what you're gonna ship yourself with. Who you're gonna ship yourself with. It'd be funny if I'm right. Ship? I don't get it. Never mind. Let's not worry about that yet. Just make sure you tell me what you think. Oh, okay. I'll start then. Maybe tomorrow we can do poetry too. Oh, yeah, I guess. But don't you want to finish it first? This is gonna be the exact opposite problem. Where Natsuki's gonna not let Sayori express herself. Yeah, but we could do both. I mean, unless you don't like poetry, then I won't make you learn anything. No, it's just, well, never mind. We can worry about it tomorrow. After the club meeting ends, Natsuki and Yuri leave. Monika strikes up a conversation with Sayori. I see you got Natsuki to share some of her manga with you. I really want to become better friends with her. She's so enthusiastic and expressive. I can just listen to her talk. She's so cute. I'm not sure if she meant I can't say that to her, or if I can't just say it at all. Say what? Nothing. I am a woman of respect. Natsuki's a woman of cute. Oh, I said it. What's so bad about that? I don't know. You know, there's one thing I'm kind of worried about. Sometimes I'm afraid that Natsuki doesn't like me very much. Oh, that's ridiculous. How come you feel that way? Well, I mean, just little signs like how she only says hi to me after I say hi to her first. And it feels like she only gets excited to talk to me when it's about manga and other stuff she likes. She just seems dismissive a lot. She was like that when I brought up poetry. Yeah, but that doesn't mean she doesn't like you. She's probably just shy, you know? Maybe. My stupid head is just making me worry for no reason. It likes to do that. It's okay. Try not to worry so much. Everything will be great. You can always talk to me about any concerns that you have. I'm here to help. You're the best. Sayori gives Monica a quick hug. I'm gonna keep trying because I love her and I want to get closer to her. You got this. After the next club meeting starts, Sayori is the last one as usual. Trotting into the room, she sees Natsuki sitting alone by the closet, reading what must be manga. Without hesitation, Sayori pulls up a chair and plops herself down right next to Natsuki. Hello there. Hi. What you reading? Can I read it with you? Natsuki pulls the book away from Sayori. You can't just start in the middle. There are spoilers. Besides, what about the one I gave you yesterday? Sorry, I was just curious. Well, anyway, I've been waiting forever for this volume to come out, and it just came out yesterday, so... Well, that's exciting. I'll let you read it then. Uh-huh. Can I sit next to you, though? Sure. Sayori plops herself down next to Natsuki, then pulls out a blank sheet of paper. Natsuki reads in silence, save for the periodic flutter of a page being released from beneath her thumb. From Sayori's side, only the light tapping noises of her pen meeting the paper can be heard. Time passes. Sayori's paper is filled with scribbles, and the margins are lined with stick figures. Natsuki lets out a deep sigh and closes her book. Did you finish? No, but it's a good stopping point. My head's swimming. I need a break. Natsuki stretches her arms. Aren't you bored? No, I was writing. Oh, I saw the stick figures and thought you were just bored. I just draw these when I'm thinking or waiting for inspiration. I make friends with them all. This one's sad because she thinks the night sky is pretty, but she can't look up at the stars in public without everyone thinking she's a weirdo. And this one just has problems with his back. But the doctors can't figure out what's wrong with him. What the heck? You're the weirdo. Want to read the poem I'm working on? Sure, I guess. Sayori slides the paper over to Natsuki. As Natsuki reads through the poem, she furrows her eyebrows. Yeah, I feel like this is going to be one of those things. This is going to be the opposite of Yuri. Where, like, Yuri felt like she was inconveniencing Sayori, and Sayori was like, oh my god, I, like, did something wrong because she doesn't want to talk to me. And it was really Yuri, like, freaking out because she thought that she didn't want to spend time with her. Natsuki's going to be the exact opposite, where Sayori's willing to give and give and give and give and give, and Natsuki is perfectly fine with taking and taking and taking and taking that affection, so long as it's around stuff that, like, coincides with her interests. And the second it doesn't coincide with her interests, she's going to be dismissive, because it's like, why do I have to do something that I don't really want to do? Why do I have to make the effort? But Sayori is giving all of this effort, and for it to never be reciprocated, it's a bit it's a bit of a, it hurts. Like, it hurts for that not to be reciprocated. Even if, like, Sayori probably won't fault her for it, it'll probably still make her pretty depressed. She slides the paper back over to Sayori. Did you ever feel weird just sharing all your thoughts and feelings like that? I mean, your poems are, like, really emotional. Is that bad? Well, no, it's just an observation. I think people can get closer to each other if they find ways of expressing their feelings. Well, Natsuki begins to protest, but she can't find a good way of putting her thoughts in words. Doesn't that depend more on the kinds of friends you have? I don't know. Teach their own, but I've never met anyone I'd feel comfortable sharing my poems with. Not that it's you, it's just how I am, so. You write poems? You never told me that. I just thought you wrote other stuff. Yeah, that too, but you should, I mean, would you ever want to share? Like I said, I don't do that. Yeah. It's literally going to be, we're going to talk about what I want to talk about. I don't want to share anything. Like, it's definitely going to be this thing where Sayori's going to be, like, really open, and Natsuki's going to be really closed, and that's just really sad. Can we talk about something else? Yeah. that kind of hurts. Like, I know how it feels to, like, be really open and try really hard to open up to someone and then be, like, perfectly fine with you opening up with them, but then not wanting to do that back with you. And, you know, it's perfectly fine if people don't want to do that. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, if to each their own. Like, I don't want to force somebody to talk about things they don't want to talk about. But to expect it from somebody and then, like, hold yourself up and just not want them to get to know you, even though they're, like, pouring their heart out, it can really hurt because it can feel like it's one-sided. Like they don't want you to know. And then it starts to make you really think about, wow, they probably really don't even care all that much about what I'm personally, like, feeling. Wow, I feel like such an idiot for sharing, blah, blah, blah. Like, I can already, like, see it. Like, if not, I can already see how bad this is for, like, Sayori as a character. Like, oof. I'm sorry. It's not your fault. It just makes me uncomfortable. I can't help it. So, I'm sorry. It's fine. Well, let's move on to something that makes us both happy. I should continue the book you gave me since I didn't get that far yet. This is already making me really sad for Sayori. But, yeah, like, it's gonna be one of those things where she's like, okay, like, opening up is stupid. Like, let's just, if you don't want to open up, then we'll just do things that you want to do. And, like, that's really unfulfilling. Like, it can be a very unfulfilling relationship to, like, have that be, like, a thing. So I already feel really bad about this. Sure. Over the next few days, Sayori begins each club meeting by approaching Natsuki with unwavering enthusiasm. It's Natsuki! Natsuki! Yeah, and she's trying to break down those walls by just... And it's gonna smother Natsuki. But it's because Natsuki's not reciprocating anything. At the end of the club meeting, Monika has become rather invested in Sayori's friendship mission, starts an innocuous conversation with Natsuki while she packs up. It's cool you've been finding time to spend with Sayori. She was pretty excited about the chance to read manga with you. Yeah, I'm sure you've been enjoying the chance to share it too, right? Yeah, mostly. Huh? Natsuki glances over her shoulder but doesn't reply further. What's on your mind? Nothing. I don't talk about people behind their backs. Oh. Natsuki falls silent, but she just fidgets instead of getting back to what she was doing, as though she wants to say more. She feels smothered. And I don't, honestly, I'm gonna say this, I do like how they're presenting Natsuki here, because she just comes off as a grade A bitch in the actual game. But, like, the way they're presenting it here, it's definitely one of those things where you really do have to understand that if somebody is giving so much and you're very dismissive of that, I'm not saying that you have to share, but it throw them a bone, you know, like there are, like, think about something that you are okay with opening up with and just start with something small. Or, you know, if they have an interest that is their interest, try, like, just try, like, especially if you want to be friends with them. Like, you can't just, it can't just be a one-sided thing where they're, like, trying to fill all of your needs and stuff, and then you not reciprocate, because in cases like Sayori, she'll think she's doing something wrong, or she's not doing enough, and then that's where the smothering is gonna come in, because she's gonna be like, I just have to try harder, or I have to try other things. So, like, that's pretty much what happens when you have somebody who's, like, altruistically, like, one-sidedly, like, trying and trying and trying, is if they feel like there's no real connection happening. I mean, it's like, if you want a connection to happen, it has to be a two-way street, is my TLDR here. It's okay to share your feelings. That's different from talking about someone behind their back, I guess. I just hate when people talk to me about me behind my back, so I'm better than to do it to others. Monika shares a bright smile. You're really considerate. Thanks, I guess, but it doesn't feel like it. You can trust me. Natsuki stands in silence for a moment, still fidgeting. I just feel smothered sometimes. I'm not used to someone being, like, all over me right after we meet. I mean, it's fun to hang out with her, but I just have to control the pace. I can't meet someone and instantly become friends with them. and like share everything about myself. That's not how it works. I just want to chill out sometimes. Oh, I didn't realize that was happening. I'm a one-way street to disappointment, right? It's fine. Why would you have? I know, I just feel bad about it. I know Sayori, so I should have realized. Yeah, that, and you have to be honest whenever you need time by yourself. Like, that's also another thing. Like, don't be afraid to just be like, look, I just need time by myself. It might hurt the other person if you just say you need time to, like, you know, do something by yourself, or to take a walk by yourself, like, or to deal with things by yourself, or to do things by yourself. But I guarantee you that it's gonna hurt way more if you snap one day and just say, you're fucking smothering me. Like, that's the last thing you want to do, especially if you just let it bottle up and build and build and build, and they think that something's wrong, and so they're trying to make amends to you. If you snap and yell at them, then they're gonna be like, oh, wow. Oh, well, then I was just being an asshole. Wow, I should have let this person alone. I should have caught on sooner. Like, I should have this, and this. Like, it's way better to just let somebody know you might need, like, space to do things by yourself sometimes. Monika navigates through her tinge of guilt, which has surfaced mainly due to her being the one who previously encouraged Sayori's behavior. Despite not knowing the situation, Monika can't help but feel a little responsible. Just say, be right back, masturbating. I mean, that works too. Do you want me to talk to her about it? No, I wouldn't like that. Well, I don't know, I could, like, divert her into another club activity for you or something. No way, that would be underhanded and mean. Sorry, I didn't think that one through. Besides, just because I complained about it doesn't mean I'm asking for someone to solve my problems for me. True. I'm sorry. I guess I just instinctively want to try to solve problems even if I haven't been invited to. Me. Oh my god, I finally said me with Monika. I've said me with literally all the other ones. Woman's exhausting. I need to see no one. Me. Yeah, no, like, I feel like everybody gets that way sometimes, where they just want to sort things out on their own, or they want to, like, do something by themselves, or they need time to, like, break things down by themselves. Everybody wants to be alone sometimes. Everybody, like, needs time to, like, decompress and reflect by themselves sometimes. And there's nothing wrong with that. I would talk to Sayori about it, but it would make things really weird between us. I feel like I would just make her constantly be afraid that she's bothering me. I don't know how to just keep things natural. Well, I think if you do a good job expressing all your feelings, she would totally understand. Sayori really wants to be the best she can be for other people. I think she would actually be happy that you want to improve your friendship with her. Maybe. Oh, it just feels so dumb talking to someone about how to be friends with them. It's just weird and not cool. I mean, I'm socially awkward as fuck, so sometimes I do go over things where I'm just like, okay, I know I can come off pretty strong, so you can let me know if I'm doing that. I've just learned that sometimes it's just best to come out and be like, okay, I'm like this, so you need to tell me if something's wrong, if it has to do with this. Monika shrugs. It's the literature club. Then she mumbles through a stifled laugh. It's not the cool club. Hey! Sorry, that just tickled me for some reason. Look, I know you're kind of in a tough spot, and it's hard for you to really express yourself, but you've really demonstrated to me that you're great at self-reflection and critical thinking, even if it doesn't feel like it to you. I think that it's the most important part of being able to navigate through these things, so I believe you'll find the right thing to do. Well, Natsuki instinctively starts to reject the compliment, but she can't find any excuse to do so. Query, how friend make? Thanks. Natsuki gathers her things and then finishes her thoughts in a mumble. And I'm so glad I joined the club, even if it's weird sometimes. Monika smiles, but Natsuki turns her back and walks away before waiting for a reply. It was an unusual way for Natsuki to express her appreciation, but Monika knew what she meant. It made Monika feel like everything really was going to be okay. Yay! Hey, I got another mail! Staying focused on our goal. Alright. As a reminder to help guide our data collection, any analysis performed should be focused on answering some of these main questions. How does granting elevated access to the VM affect a person's emotional state? How does granting elevated access to the VM affect a person's values and goals? How does someone effectively navigate an experiment with their ability to change the contents of their VM? How is elevated access being weaponized? What actions and values most contribute to the destruction of the universe? Most importantly, how might your observations apply to our own universe? Bonus, how can we present this to upper management as an operation that benefits the company? Unrelated note, whoever changed the color scheme of the desktop to pink, can you please change it back? It's unprofessional and runs the risk of drawing eyes. Paula, project manager. So this is just a giant social experiment. Or at least that's what this feels like. God, I'm so interested in the lore of this stupid visual novel. Alright, let's go balance. It's lunchtime. Why are there windows, like, on the bottom? Like, I noticed, like, if you, look. Why are there windows on the floor? Is that, like, a Japanese school system thing? Sayori, who usually buys her lunch, is making her way to the cafeteria like any other day. The clamor and bustle of the students is drowned by Sayori's impeccable skill of zoning out. However, her imagination is momentarily interrupted by the glimpse of a familiar pink-haired girl. Hey, that's Natsuki. I never run into other club members around the school. Natsuki! Sayori stands on the tiptoes and waves. Natsuki, who's busy walking and chatting with her friends, doesn't notice Sayori at first. Then she glances over in Sayori's direction. Sayori waves enthusiastically. Following her friends, Natsuki quickly ducks around the corner. Natsuki, that's fucked up. We just talked about this, Natsuki. We just talked about this. I think maybe she's shy because she knows she has to communicate something, so she's avoiding it. But that's just gonna make Sayori feel like shit. Hey, she definitely saw me. No, Sayori, no. Poor Sayori. I'm gonna cry. I fucking can't. Monika's the first to arrive at the club meeting, then Natsuki. Sayori, having glanced through the window to see Natsuki already inside, is unable to work enough courage to enter it. Yeah, because now she feels like she doesn't want to see me. Because she didn't! So that was like the whole thing. Like, she literally got visual confirmation that this person doesn't want to talk to her or see, or like, look at her. So, yeah, fuck. I would feel awful too. I'd be like, wow, okay. Like, seeing me as a fucking inconvenience. I don't want to go in there and inconvenience this person. Natsuki's been so distant with me. Oh, stupid to think she ever wanted to be friends. I'm gonna die. Like, I can't. She only got excited because she got to share her manga. But aside from that, she doesn't even like me. I should just go home today. Oh my gosh. Sorry, but do you plan on going inside? No. Why? I'm sulking. Oh. Well, I'm sorry for bothering you. Excuse me. Wait, Yuri! No, don't leave me. Oh, I'll stay here, then. I love how Yuri just does not know how to handle this. I don't want to go in. I'm afraid of bothering Natsuki. I saw her at lunch today, so I waved and called out to her, but instead of saying hi, she just ran away from me. Really? Not bad. Hey! Sorry, I'm sorry, that was a joke. Yuri, what the fuck? It just sounded like something stupid that I would do from anxiety. From anxiety? Well, I just don't like attention being drawn to myself. Oh, well that makes sense based on the person you are. But Natsuki isn't shy like that at all. I thought we were friends. It feels like every day she's just trying to distance herself more instead of get closer. It makes me feel like she was only spending time with me during the club because I was reading manga. But she doesn't actually want to be friends with me. Yuri's like, this sounds very familiar. This sounds like exactly what we went through. Well, I feel like I'm missing a lot of context here. Was she in the middle of anything when you approached her? No, she was just walking with her friends. With her friends. Yuri pauses for a moment. How do I put this? Sayori, you're very fond of your friends, right? You always want to be spending time with them. Of course. I don't think there's anything more important to me. I mean, the best part of my day are always with my friends. Like, I genuinely would have at least said hi and then, like, continued walking. Besides that, I really hate being alone, so... You hate being alone? Sayori nods. We're very different people. I cherish my time alone. I wouldn't trade it for anything. So I think, well, if I was trying to have some alone time, and it was being threatened with an interruption, then it just would not make me very happy. Yeah, but that doesn't have to do with Natsuki. She was already with her friends, not trying to be alone or anything. No, I think it's similar. Yeah, that's her friend time. And the literature club time is literature club time. I get it. Like, yes. Yuri's got it. Yuri's so fucking wise when it's not about her. When it's not about her, Yuri's wise as hell. Like, I can't. Well, we're all friends in the club. But we have our own lives outside of the club as well. If you think about it, making new friends isn't some casual occurrence that happens on a daily basis. A friendship is an invitation to intertwine your lives together. But the capacity at which each person is ready to do that might be different. There are friends who just like having fun together, and others who talk every day and share every detail of their lives with each other. I think when establishing a friendship, it's important to consider the comfort level of the other person. I mean, we don't really know much about Natsuki's life outside of the club. It could be that she simply needs to make friends at her own pace, rather than jump headfirst into a new commitment. Yeah, like, for me, whenever there's, like, a friend that I have that I'm really close with, or, you know, we have a very different dynamic than, say, me and another group of friends, if I want to introduce my friend to, like, friend A to group friend, like, usually what I will do is I will kind of ease into it. I don't literally just drag them over and be like, "Did my friends." Like, I feel like I like to, like, you know, talk about the people that I hang out with to get a feel of how the person feels about the people that I hang out with. Like, not to say that it's a bad thing or anything, but, like, if I'm talking about how we play or something and they're like, "Oh, wow, I could never do that," like, or something like that, it would be something to consider on whether or not my person I'm talking about is compatible with the people, with these people. Because I don't want to force a friendship just because I would be the glue, and I don't want people to feel like they have to hang out with each other for my sake. So I feel like a lot of, like, searching out compatibility is extremely important if you are going to take the time to be introducing your friends, like, together type of deal. Obviously, it's different. Like, I'm not sitting here saying, like, I segregate my friends or anything. But, like, if there are people that I just genuinely know won't get along, then I'm obviously going to keep those relationships separate and just hang out with them separately. But if I feel like people have common interests, you know, I'll start talking about the friends that I'm with, you know, kind of let them get used to kind of sort of hearing, it's like, oh, okay, that's that person that you're talking about, or that's that person that you're talking about. Okay, yeah, no, I remember this person. This is the person that did X, right? And, like, you know, acclimate them so that way it's not so awkward when you're finally like, these are my friends! Hi! Because it's like, they've kind of got, like, a feel out, if that makes sense. So it feels like it'll be a gentler transition. Plus introducing people that you care about to people you also care about can be pretty stressful, because then you've got that on your mind. Like, what if they don't like each other? What if what if they fight and then they're fighting with me because they're like, how could you be friends with such an asshole? Like, I feel like that's just, like, a thing. But that means I really was bothering her? I just really wanted to be good friends with her, so I treated her like one. Was I actually hurting her? I don't know. I'm sorry. My insight was really only based on what I understand about my own needs. And Natsuki and I are completely different, so why was I so selfish? Even if all that is true, then it still means I hurt her. I think I messed up. Yuri, with you, I think I was really careful to understand your needs when I was becoming friends with you. But I wasn't careful at all with Natsuki because she already seemed really social. I just took control of everything instead of looking for the right balance. Now I hurt her and she doesn't want to talk to me. How could I let myself do this? Sayori, I think that, well, there was one time you told me something about the way I saw things in my head being different from reality. It's easy to automatically jump to the worst case scenario, but I think it's more likely that Natsuki doesn't harbor any ill feelings toward you. So I think if we were to realistically consider the situation, and how it would cause someone to feel, I'm bad at this, I'm sorry. You're a lot better at me at things like comforting and reassuring people. Suddenly Sayori gives Yuri a gentle hug. You're the best, Yuri. I'm sorry for burdening you with this. You're trying so hard for me. You're such a sweetheart. It's not a burden. I enjoy listening to others. And my friends deserve happiness. Sayori beams. Well, I think I'm gonna give Natsuki some space. She should do what she wants. And if she does still want to be friends, then I'll learn her needs and I'll match her boundaries. Yeah, I'm sure that's what's best. I wish I didn't feel so awful and guilty. It makes me feel desperate, like I need to make it up to her by trying to make her happy. I know that feeling. But that's not what she needs. I just have to tell. I'm so bad. Like when I'm fighting with a friend, I sometimes just smother them going, this is how I feel. This is like, and I want you to understand how I feel. I want you to see things from my point of view right away, even though the person might be trying to deal with things themselves. There's just that urge to like fix it right away and like try to explain your side of things so that way they understand how you feel. And sometimes that can come off as being pushy and being an asshole, and you like sometimes it's just best to talk after you both like felt things out. But I do feel that just wanting to fix it right away. I do feel that, and sometimes it's just best to let it rest. Yeah, when I'm oh, me and Rain learned that about ourselves. Rain and I have known each other for like 7 years or so. But yeah, like I have a really bad problem that like I recognized over the years. Partly because I do have friends that do need their space when they are upset or when they're just not like processing things. So but I'm the exact opposite, where until we talk it out, I'm just gonna be in agony. But I've gotten better about it. I've gotten a lot better at saying, I'm here, I feel like we need to talk it out, but I also want to let you deal with things. I feel like I've gotten better about it over the years, but I do understand that want to go in and just fix it. Even though that might not be the best thing at the moment. So, yeah. It hurts, but I guess that means I still need to grow. Yes, Sayori, you just need to grow. I really want to grow as a person. If it's to be better for my friends, I really want that. That's very mature of you, Sayori. I'm mature. Sayori hops up and down on her toes. So, does that mean you'll be going home after all? Sayori shakes her head. I need to be here to show her that I respect her space. I'll just spend the club by myself today. Yuri nods. Or you could spend time with Yuri. Oh boy, that sounds like me. Yeah. I mean, yeah, some people need that. It's something that I genuinely, like, make an effort to recognize. Water, you're meant to help it grow. Aw, Jenna, I miss you. You can go in first. Okay. You're blocking the door. Oh, Sayori steps aside. By the way, before Yuri enters the club room, Sayori interjects. You said that you and Natsuki are completely different, but I don't really think that's true. I think you're actually really similar in a lot of ways. Yuri smiles and shakes her head. Sayori, that's absurd. You're very silly sometimes. Yeah. So I'm ready for Sayori and Natsuki. I love them. After a moment, Sayori follows. The club room is quiet. When Sayori walks in, Natsuki glances in her direction. Sayori smiles and gives Natsuki a quick wave before sitting down across the room. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. Sayori decides it's best to continue the manga she was reading, so she pulls it out. However, it looks like Natsuki isn't reading today. She has a sheet of paper in front of her and is tapping a pen against her desk, staring at it. Oh, are we writing today? Monica speaks in a quiet voice, unwilling to disturb the peace of the club room. She kneels down at Natsuki's desk. Hey! Natsuki pulls the sheet closer and covers it with her arms. Sorry, I didn't mean to peek. Whatever. I hope they resolved their differences with a good old-fashioned knife fight. I feel like Yuri would win. I just wanted to see how everything was going. It's fine, Natsuki replies dismissively. She glances over at Sayori, who's focused on her manga. Monica follows Natsuki's gaze. I think she's mad at me. How come? I'm busy right now. Ask me later. Monica falls silent. Natsuki looks back down at her paper. She inches... What the fuck was that? She inches her hand away from the top margin, allowing Monica to see. It says, to Sayori. Understanding, Monica smiles. She places a hand on Natsuki's shoulder and whispers softly, I'm proud of you. Natsuki looks away, but makes no motion to remove Monica's hand. Monica gives Natsuki's shoulder a quick squeeze before standing back up and pulling away. The end of the club meeting passes. Yuri has already departed. So has Monica after checking on Sayori and Natsuki to ensure they wouldn't stay too late. Sayori was determined to finish her manga volume before heading out since the end was approaching. However, with Natsuki also staying late for an unknown reason, a silent tension hangs in the air. After finishing the volume, Sayori brings it to the closet to put it away. She slides it back into the shelf while Natsuki watches. Then Natsuki gets up and puts it back out in order to return it to its proper location. Sorry, I didn't know where it's supposed to go. It's fine. The two fall silent again, avoiding eye contact. They both look like they're about to say something, but neither can break the silence. A moment passes. Well, I'll be on my way. I'll see you tomorrow. God, this hurts. Fuck. Sayori turns away to hide her pained expression, then walks away from the closet. I have almost cried every single chapter that's come out, except for the one with Monica and Natsuki. Like, this is, like, so hard. If there was any proof Natsuki no longer wanted to be friends, this was it. Defeated, Sayori carries herself out of the club room. No, Sayori, don't think that! Like, it's just, like, I feel like this character really... my thought processes, which I've grown a lot from, by the way, but, like, they run very parallel to Sayori's, and so it's like, I already know what she's thinking, and then it, like, shows up on screen, and I'm like, this just hurts my heart. Like, this just hurts my heart so hard. Ugh, like, fuck. I didn't expect Sayori to, like, have my entire emotional bag. Like, I can't. Screw baggage. Sayori's got my entire closet. I just have a lot of feelings. I feel like this game's calling me out. Sayori! Once in the hallway, Sayori takes a deep breath and hits her palms against her cheeks to clear her head a little. Suddenly, Natsuki's stammering voice calls from behind. Natsuki? Nighty is eternally screaming, me! Now, for those of you who are like, oh my gosh, Nighty, are you okay? I've been working on my problems and shit. I feel like I've grown these past 2 years. Lockdown has given me a lot to think about. And I feel like my life is going in a direction that is not ass. So, I've genuinely improved. Just seeing Sayori dealing with a lot of things that I used to deal with a lot, it's just like, this is hard. Internally, she's been externally screaming at the cast. Startled, Sayori turns back around to face Natsuki. CG's so cute. Natsuki fidgets anxiously, continues with a shaking voice. I have a lot of things to say. Me too, but you go first. Natsuki bites her lip and can't stay still. Well, first of all, she cuts herself short, struggling to continue, trying to force the words out. She stamps her foot and hops up and down a little. I'm sorry for the thing I did at lunch. I'm sorry for just kind of being a mean lately. It's really hard for me to, like, I mean, I'm not good with things that make me uncomfortable, especially when it comes to like feelings and stuff. Ugh. And I'm the opposite, where I'm just so open about my feelings. It's just like, ugh. So, face burning, Natsuki clams up again. Instead of continuing, she simply holds up a sheet of paper for Sayori to take. The best place in the world! I love my bedroom. It's full of bright colors and soft things. The sunlight shines in and makes everything sparkle. It's the best place in the world. It has all my treasures, all my books, my collections, my memories. All of my dreams were born in this room. It's the best place in the world. It has all my secrets, all my failures, my fears, my feelings. Sometimes it feels so fragile that the door will break at the slightest touch, but it's still the best place in the world. Though when someone knocks, I get scared. I brace my arms against the loose hinges. Please don't break. Don't come in. I'm not ready. It's my best place in the world. The knocking won't stop. I block the door with furniture, and I peek through the keyhole, and I panic. I'm trapped in the best place in the world. I'm not ready to share my favorite place. I need to clean my secrets and make my bed to hide my nightmares. I need to touch them, to put them away, to see them again. I have so much to do, and I'm scared. I'm not ready. But it's still my favorite place. I still want to share it. However long it takes, if you wait patiently, I'll eventually open the door, and I'll show you the best place in the world. I just have a lot of feelings. Oh my god. Why is this like so good? I can't. Oh my god. Natsuki's fucking poem is the actual thing that got like my tears to leak out. I can't. Natsuki made me cry, y'all. Shit. Oh, fuck. Oh god. My eyeliner! Okay. Fuck. It's a poem, but I thought, well, I sucked it up so I could work things out with you. So just be happy about it. Please? Sayori smiles deeply from the bottom of her heart. I'm happier than I could express. I feel so awful, but I'm so happy that you would do this for me. I actually realized before no, I'm crying and my cat's like hugging me. She's like rubbing all over my legs and she's like, don't cry, Mom. I'm like, listen, they're not sad tears. This is a really good game. It's a really good visual novel. Ugh. Actually, I realized before the club meeting today that I made a mistake. I got so caught up in the chance to get closer to you that I forgot to think about what you wanted. And that we probably have different ways we like to make friends. About, like, the friendship stuff, I mean, it's okay. I understand, you don't have to force yourself to talk about it. Your poem did a good job. So don't force yourself if you're not ready yet, okay? Natsuki nods. You don't have to feel like you did anything wrong. It's my fault, and I'm sorry. I wasn't mad at you today or anything like that. I actually felt really guilty and wanted to give you space. I was thinking it's silly I just approach you all the time, that I should just let you approach me when you want me to. Whatever makes you comfortable, I'll respect that from now on. Friendship should always start with those things. With the right balance. Natsuki nods again. One thing about that, well, I don't want to have to approach you all the time either. I just want it to be balanced, like you said. Sayori nods. I understand. We'll make sure of that together then. Well, anyway, now that the two of them have found common ground, Natsuki finds it easier to speak more freely again. I'm not gonna be like sharing my poems all the time now or anything like that, but I guess it wouldn't hurt to do it once in a while. Only the best ones, so you better like them because otherwise I might change my mind. I like anything you do, Natsuki. I was just saying. More importantly, I have to tell you about my new boyfriend. Huh? Oh, from the manga! Wait, I need to guess who it is. You definitely won't be able to guess. The two walk down the hallway together. Oh my god, we have so much to talk about. Darn, I should have told you to say the last two chapters so I could see your reaction to the big reveal! Oh, you wanted to enjoy it with me? That's so cute. Oh, shush. Man, why is this so good, y'all? I just have a lot of feelings.